CSKA Moscow, officially known as PFC CSKA Moscow, Professional Football Club Central Sports Club of the Army, is one of Russia's most famous and historically significant football clubs. Based in Moscow, the team is recognized for its military roots, long-standing rivalries, and notable domestic and international achievements. With a history spanning over a century, CSKA has become an iconic symbol of Russian football excellence and determination. Origins and early years. The club's origins date back to 1911, when it was formed under the patronage of the Russian Imperial Army as part of a multi-sport society. Initially created for army athletes, it was known under various names through its early history, such as OLLS, Society of Ski Sports Amateurs, and CDKA, Central House of the Red Army. Football quickly became one of the society's most popular sections, and the team began competing in local Moscow championships. The military affiliation meant that many of its players were servicemen, and discipline, organization, and resilience became trademarks of the team's style. During the Soviet era, CSKA emerged as one of the strongest clubs in the USSR's top league. The team won its first Soviet top league title in 1946, just after World War II, and followed it with several more championships over the next few years. These successes solidified CSKA's reputation as a powerhouse and earned it a loyal fan base among soldiers and civilians alike. The Soviet era and rivalries. Throughout the Soviet period, CSKA maintained a competitive edge despite fierce competition from clubs like Dynamo Moscow, Spartak Moscow, and Dynamo Kiev. The rivalry with Spartak Moscow became particularly intense, as the two teams symbolized different aspects of society. Spartak was seen as the people's team, while CSKA represented the armed forces. Matches between these sides were often highly charged, both on the pitch and in the stands. While CSKA experienced moments of glory, it also endured challenging years. The late Soviet era saw a decline in league dominance, though the club remained a respected competitor and continued producing talented players who represented the Soviet national team. Post-Soviet transition. The collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991 brought significant changes to Russian football. The domestic league was reorganized into the Russian Premier League, and CSKA adapted quickly to the new era. However, the early 1990s were financially unstable for many clubs, and CSKA was no exception. Despite limited resources, the team managed to stay competitive, often relying on homegrown talent and a strong tactical foundation. Rise to prominence in the 2000s. The turning point for CSKA came in the early 2000s when the club gained new financial backing, enabling it to attract higher quality players and strengthen its infrastructure. Under coaches like Valery Gazov, CSKA entered one of the most successful periods in its history. In 2005, CSKA Moscow achieved a historic milestone by winning the UEFA Cup, now the UEFA Europa League, becoming the first Russian club to claim a major European trophy. The victory came after a thrilling campaign that included a final win over Sporting CP in Lisbon. This triumph elevated CSKA's international profile and demonstrated that Russian clubs could compete with Europe's elite. Domestic dominance. Alongside European success, CSKA became a dominant force in the Russian Premier League. The club won multiple league titles throughout the 2000s and 2010s, regularly finishing at or near the top of the table. It also claimed numerous Russian Cup and Russian Super Cup victories, cementing its status as one of the most successful teams in modern Russian football. Notable players and style of play. Over the decades, CSKA Moscow has been home to many outstanding players. Legendary names include Igor Akinfeev, the long-serving goalkeeper and captain, Sergei Ignashevich, a defensive rock, and midfield talents like Alan Jagov. The club has also nurtured international stars such as Vanyar Love and Sida Doumbia, whose goal-scoring exploits thrilled fans. CSKA's style of play has traditionally emphasized discipline, teamwork, and strong defensive organization, reflecting its military heritage. In modern times, the club has blended this with technical skill and attacking flair, adapting to the demands of European competition while maintaining its Russian identity. Stadium and fan culture. CSKA Moscow's home ground is the VEB Arena, a modern stadium located in the city's Katinksa Field area. Opened in 2016, the stadium has a distinctive architectural design, including a tower that resembles a skyscraper, symbolizing the club's ambition. With a capacity of over 30,000, it offers excellent facilities for fans and players alike. CSKA supporters are known for their passionate and loyal following. The fan base includes organized ultras groups that create vibrant atmospheres during matches, with colorful displays, chants, and unwavering support. While the club's military association remains part of its identity, CSKA's fan community today is diverse, drawing people from various backgrounds. Recent years and challenges. In recent seasons, CSKA has faced increased competition in the Russian Premier League from clubs like Zenit St. Petersburg, Lokomotiv Moscow, and Krasnodar. While maintaining a presence in European tournaments, the club has undergone squad rebuilding phases, focusing on integrating young talent with experienced leaders. Despite the challenges, CSKA's legacy and tradition keep it among the most respected names in Russian football. Its history of resilience, adaptability, and competitive spirit ensures that it remains a major force in both domestic and international arenas. Legacy. From its military beginnings to European triumphs, CSKA Moscow's story is one of perseverance and evolution. It stands as a symbol of Russian football pride, with a heritage that bridges the Soviet past and the modern global game. Whether lifting trophies or nurturing the next generation of players, CSKA continues to uphold the values of discipline, strength, and unity that have defined it for over a century.